Okay, before I even start this video, I just want to say it's still going to happen for you. Whatever it is, whatever God has promised you, it's still going to happen. It doesn't matter how long it's been or what has changed since God has told you. It's still going to happen. But let's get into this video. Okay, so, um, how to be patient in the season that you're in. I feel like patience is something we all struggle with as believers. And I am no expert on this topic, but I have learned some things with patience that I never really knew or found out until God had told me about myself. And so I'm just going to share those things with you guys. Um, I hope this helps someone out there. If you are currently struggling with patience in the season that you're in right now, I pray this video is a blessing to you. But when you think about the season that you're in and you're struggling with being patient, think about where your mind set is about the season, because Paul says that we should be content when we have plenty. We should be content when we are in need. And so having a healthy level of contentment is very, very key to staying patient in the season that you're in. And not even patient, but staying happy, staying joyful. Like, we don't want to just barely be on the surface, like we don't want to be just, ugh. We want to actually find joy, peace, happiness in the midst of this season that we're in. And I found out that when I am thankful, grateful in the midst of chaos, ugliness, I found out that God honors that. And God has blessed me with so much to where it gives me that extra that I need to keep on in the season that I was in. And a lot of times we think we graduate from things, you know, God teaches us forgiveness. We feel like we graduated from forgiveness. It's easy to forgive somebody stubbing your toe. I forgive you. They don't even say sorry. You just jump in. I forgive you, you know. And then next thing you know, maybe some months later or some years later, you get faced with forgiveness in a way where you say, "Oh, this was nothing like the test that I passed in a couple years ago," you know. And I know patience is one of them. We feel like we passed. Like, I got patience. I'm good at patience, God used to, deal with me back in the day with it, and then we find ourselves in a season, and it's like, man, I just can't wait to get out. And again, we got to look at this season. What is God showing me in this season? I'm saying it's patience. I'm saying that God is teaching me patience in this season because I'm having to wait for something. But could it also be that God is waiting on us? I found myself thinking this all the time. And I kind of have gotten to the point where I genuinely don't think that I'm waiting on God. When I really, really think about it and think about the times where I felt like it was patience. I'm waiting on God. I'm waiting on God. I really realize God is waiting on me. God is giving you this time to work on those things and sharpen those things, because he knows if you don't fix it now, you definitely not going to fix it in the next season. Matter of fact, that's why this season is so long. He trying to make sure you really got it before moving on. And so we look at it as such a negative thing. I can't wait till this season's over. I hate this season. God is teaching me so much. It hurts. It hurts. But all of these things are really blessings, because God loves us so much that he doesn't want us to mess up. So he says, okay, you may be a little sad. You may cry in this season a lot, but that's nothing compared to if I was to rush you through to the next, what would happen to you? Those tears of this, it's gonna be okay. A little pat on the shoulder. It's gonna be okay, because this next season, you may be in a situation where if God didn't teach you how to forgive, your life may be in jeopardy. Or if God didn't straighten this out with you in the next season, it may be a time where it's too late. So change your dialogue. Don't be mad at the season you're in. Don't try to rush through it. It's beautiful. Every season is beautiful. You want to know why every season is beautiful? Because it is crucial to your growth. Just like the seasons we have fall, we have winter, spring, summer. Each season is vital to the development of growth. One season, this may not be able to grow. Well, that's okay, because it's not supposed to grow in that season. In fact, if it attempted to grow in that season, it wouldn't be fruitful, it wouldn't be strong, it wouldn't help anybody. But if we wait till next season, it's going to grow, it's going to be fruitful, it's going to feed the whole family. And so imagine if we just try. I think about gardening all the time. My uncle, he has a green thumb, and I pretty much try to copy everything he does as far as gardening, but I can't do it like him. Like, he'll just sprinkle seeds and it'll grow up and all this. But he always says, "Oh, that's not in season," or "That's the wrong season. That's the wrong season." So when he tells me that, I don't go out and try to plant it and hope it's gonna come up anyway. It's the wrong season for it. It's not gonna grow. That seed is not gonna sprout. It's not gonna take root. It's not gonna do anything. Imagine how much time I would waste by trying to make a plant grow in the wrong season. I'm actually going against myself. So instead of me trying to make that plant grow in the wrong season, I can prepare the garden bed during that time. It's always something you can do in the season that you're in to help prepare you for the next one. And so we look at patience. And I also learned that sometimes it's not your patience, it's your faith. If we had the same level of faith at the beginning, we may not be having to wait so long. But along the way, as time passes, we start to doubt. And we start to say, yeah, I know God told me this, but maybe he changed his mind because it don't look like it'll happen right now, or it don't really fit into my life right now. You know, it did when God told me, but now it don't really fit. It don't really look like it's going to work out. And so we have to be careful to not doubt God. And not only that, to not insult God. Because basically what we're saying is we don't think God can do it, pretty much. Because we going by what we see and like the situation, the circumstance, this and that. And so I had a little guy sat me down. He was like, stop saying you got to work on your patience when your faith done dropped through the floor. He said, your patience, all right. It's okay. Your patience is okay. But what I'm trying to show you is that how come every time I make you wait, you start to doubt? If you know it's coming, you good. Like, you good. But you start to doubt that it's coming. And that's what I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to strengthen your faith. We got to make sure we do not lose our faith in our waiting season. That is something that is very, very important. Because again, it then turns from I'm waiting on God to God is waiting on you. God's waiting on you to get your faith back up. God is waiting on you to start acting as if it already is. All of these things, y'all, while we're so angry, so upset, so annoyed by the season that we're in, it's like you just can't wait to get out. Think about how you will never have this season again. So when you realize how important it is and how precious it is and how vital it is to your growth, you then start to be like, all right, this season not so bad. And the things that you learn, you would only learn in that season. Ooh. You would only learn in that season. That's like kind of mind blowing. It makes you really just want to be thankful that, again, God even allowed you to be in a place where he wants to prepare you. Because without preparation, we don't even want to know what happens without preparation. And I mean preparation by God. Without preparation by God, we don't really want to know what we would be like in a certain situation, in a certain position. So these are just some things I have learned as far as being patient in this season that you're in. Like I said, patience is like a real popular struggle. And a lot of times we kind of use that to cover up a lot of things that we need to work on. But we don't even know. We just put it in the category of patience. And it's like, man, it's not just patience. It's your anger. You're angry all the time. Or it's your obedience. You're saying, I'm waiting on God. But God is like looking back at you like, I want to give you all this, but you got to do something. You gotta do something too. Look, work with me. Meet me halfway. Something. Imagine you just sitting down, not doing a single thing because you're saying you're waiting on God, and God is looking at you like you got a long list that I'm waiting. I'm waiting on you. You got a long list, and you just sitting there be like, I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. It's like, dang, guys, let's move. Like, let's do something. And if you like, well, what should I do while I'm waiting? Well, yeah. What should I do while I'm waiting? If you like or don't know what you can be doing, um, you'll never go wrong by getting closer to God. I know some people are like, like don't get a job, like be still, don't do anything, don't get involved. Like, okay, I understand like that, but you can never go wrong by getting closer to God. What do? Read your Bible every day. Start prioritizing church, Sunday school, morning worship, Bible study. Start moving in that area, because God is never going to tell you hold on from reading the Bible for a couple days. God is not going to say I want you to be still right now. So that means don't talk to me, don't even go to church, like be still. No. God is never going to tell you to do that. So work on those things. If you feel like you shouldn't buy this car, you shouldn't buy this house because you're waiting on. Now, don't just go and do something like that because you're like, oh, they say I need to keep moving. Nah, you can keep moving without stepping outside of the will of God. And so, yeah, I think that's all I got for this video. Hey, y'all, keep the faith. Keep the faith, and don't look at this season as a bad thing. Don't look at it as a bad thing. We have to be content with every situation God puts us in, because we know that if God put us in that situation, it's for a reason, and ultimately it is to help us. Whether it looks like it, feels like it, it is to help us. So that being said, I love you guys. I hope this was helpful to somebody, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.